to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam were something like this. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Iqra bismi rabbikal ladhi khalaq. Khalaqal insana min 'alaq. Iqra wa rabbukal akram. Alladhi 'allama bil kalam. 'Allamal insana ma lam ya'lam. The class becomes totally silent. They've never heard anything like this before. It's something beautiful. Even some people feel like a tear coming to their eye. They don't know why. They don't know Arabic, but something they feel. What was that he read? Professor is like a statue. He's not moving at all anymore. And the boy continues. He said, "Sir, the words you just heard came 1400 years ago from the creator of everything that exists." And he explains about science in those words. He gives an example in those words, and he tells the human being a lot about himself. It says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Iqra, which means recite. By the way, don't say read. Everybody here, repeat after me. Recite. One more time. It means don't say read anymore, because it doesn't carry the right meaning in English anymore. Used to, a long time ago, people used to read poetry, meaning they did it from memory. They don't understand that anymore. Say recite. Okay, back into the story. Okay. So in the story, he's saying it means recite. In the name of your Lord, recite. What? And he's saying something, your Lord who created. Whoa, this is the creator of all of this. He created insan, the human being, min alaq, from an alaq. What is an alaq? He created the human being from a leech. Because it says in the Mawrid, the Arabic dictionary, a leech. That's a little thing in the Amazon River that if it gets on you, it sucks your blood. A leech. It also said an alaq is a clot. When you get a blood clot, you get cut and it clots up. That's a clot. Clot. Alaq is a clot. And also, alaq means something that clings, hangs on, okay? I don't know if you have it in India, but in my country, we have something called refrigerator magnets. And it's on the front of every refrigerator door. The kids put those magnets up there until you can't see the door anymore. It's all magnets. Those are alaq. They're clinging. Alaq. A leech. Alaq. A clot of blood. Alaq. Something hanging on. And now, in the last couple of decades, they discovered, I'm talking about now, not 1400 years ago, that under a microscope they can now prove exactly what a human being looks like when he's conceived in the womb of the mother. At the point of conception, he is microscopic. You can't see him with the naked eye, but he is clinging to the wall of the universe. And he's hanging on there, shaped like a what? A leech. And he forms a clot of blood right there. And every time I ask any doctor of gynecology about this, he said that's exactly the description. And Dr. Keith Moore in Toronto, Canada, the top embryologist in the world, said these same words over a decade ago. And we have it on our website, islamtomorrow.com. I worked my commercial right into the, sorry. islamtomorrow.com, islamtomorrow.com. We're open 24 hours a day and plenty of free parking. Back to the program in progress. Okay, so here we're back in the professor's university. The boy's telling the professor, back on track, okay? The alaq described here is mentioned by Dr. Keith Moore, and it is in the video on the website. Go listen what he said. He said the description in the Quran of the formation of the fetus inside of the uterus is exactly what we've come to know now. It's no longer a theory. It's testable evidence. And the shape of this, the way it's shaped. And then when Allah speaks about the continuation of the development to the stage of an alaq, mudghah, nutfah, all of these things that Allah mentions exactly fit the description what we know today. And he said, who? A non-Muslim. Who is the doctor of embryology for the world, and he said it's impossible that anybody at the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew such as this. Therefore, he said this Quran must be from who? Allah. And he said the word in Arabic, Allah. So please, if you're going to preach to me from your scientific point of view, please use your own testable evidence. Maybe you never heard of the Quran before. Maybe you don't know in Surah Al-Rahman 55 verse 33. He talks to us about the other side, away from ourselves, to the universe and beyond. Anyway, it says, O you assembly of jinn and mankind, go ahead and try to go through the layers, the zones of the atmosphere of the heavens and the zones of the earth, and try to get out beyond that. Go ahead, try to go to outer space. Go ahead. But you will never transgress those zones and those layers ever. You're never going to go to outer space. Illa bi sultan. Except by a mighty power and authority. And the English word sultan is from sultan. It means authority or power. I'm going to ask you a question. Sir, professor, hello, are you with us? Sir, when you buy your fuel for your car, how do you buy it? Well, what do you mean? How do you buy it? What quantity? Well, I buy it by the liter. Okay, in the United States, they buy it by the gallon. Yes, and what's your point? Well, it costs a lot of money, sir. Yes, it does. But do you know, whenever at NASA, when they buy fuel for those rocket ships to put them in outer space and to put those satellites up there, they don't buy it by the liter. They don't buy it by the gallon. They buy it by the ton. And they fill up those huge cylinders that they attach to the side of the rocket ship. And then when they light it and it goes up, so much fire comes out. So much... What comes out? Sultan. So much power coming out of there to lift that thing up. And then when it gets up there, they throw away those cylinders. Because they're through those layers now. They don't have to do that anymore. When it gets up easier, then little small jet, boom, and send it up. But when did this come? This didn't come last week, did it? It wasn't Newsweek last week. It didn't come out in Life magazine in 1950. It didn't come out in Collier's magazine in 1930. This came in the Quran 1400 years ago in the desert to a man that didn't know how to read nor write. Go ahead. Transgress the bounds, the layers and zones of the earth and the heavens, and go out into outer space if you can, and you can't until you have this authority from Allah and this power that's going to put you up there. Who said that? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Well, son, I still don't see your point. I don't get it. It's all right, sir. We'll go slow for those who are not paying attention. In this same book, it uses the word autad. Autad means what? Well, I happen to know that one, son. I studied some Arabic. All right, what does it mean? It means tent peg, something you stab down in the ground. You know, stakes or nails in the ground. Good. That's exactly what it means. But Allah used it to describe the Jabal. What is Jabal? Well, that means mountain, boy. You're right. It means mountain. And Allah describes that the roots or the tent pegs coming down off the mountains go down deep, like tent pegs into the ground. Something that nobody knew until the last century. And it's in the books of geography, and it's on our website, commercial, islamtomorrow.com. You can go see it there, talking about the Quran, the science in the Quran. Check it out. And what about when Allah tells us about the Bahrain, two seas, where the two seas come together, same surah, same chapter. He tells us about that. But they don't mix. They can't mix. And when Jacques Cousteau, the eminent scientist from France,